South Carolina Gamecocks. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Inside Williams-Brice Stadium for South Carolina, the Sandstorm team entrance is electric. The fans make this one of the most special venues in sports. Loud, proud, and rocking. That iconic entrance is one you've got to appreciate. Back to you.
All right, Holly. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. That's not what he had in mind, and they'll give up good field position as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on fourth down. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. Wide open on fourth down. He's got it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
What a great play call there on fourth down. You know, they script and practice these all throughout the week. You've got to be able to call something that you know you can run in your sleep. Beautiful execution on that fourth down play for a touchdown.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish the drive with a touchdown toss from the 49. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Hand off from the shotgun. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Alabama pushing the tempo.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Fires to the big fella. Almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Keelan Russell steps to his left, out of the pocket. Crosses the 45. At the 40, there he goes. He's loose. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. From the red zone, it's Hill. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Dropping back, it's Russell. Here's a heat. Chunked it away just as he was hit.
That's a heads-up decision by the quarterback there. You want to throw a touchdown, but if it's not there, just throw it away, and now we got 3rd.
Defense has been up to the task so far. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 3. Russell. Here comes the heat. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs...
And the quarterback goes down all the way
a 4th and goal situation, and the offense comes up small. The defense gets the sack. No points for you.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. That's caught. It's Hunt. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Here's Sellers to throw. He fires a bullet to the right. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Running inside. It's Fuller. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. Offense trying to catch them napping. Looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. 4th down, Sellers. Going for the big play. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own. Great field position.
What a great job by this defense. You get 3rd down stop, and you're like, yes, put my hand in the air, 4th down, force a punt. They go for it, and you get a stop and set your offense up in great field position already. Nice job by this defense.
Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's in! Touchdown, Bama! Extra point here will tie the game. And it's no good, and they miss an opportunity to tie. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. Guess that's one way to ensure there's no return as the kickoff goes out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Motion from the wide receiver. Fighting off the defender. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
Got a man. It's Bennett. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. The Gamecocks want to move quickly.
If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties.
Breaks into the open. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force-feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
And the Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. Unloads quickly. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. Let's take a peek at the numbers so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And I'm not surprised with the run, and I'm not going to be surprised if they run it again, right? This offense now set up. They put a drive together, 1st and goal. Who can be more physical? The line of scrimmage is critically important when the...
Snags it, and he will score! Touchdown, Gamecocks! tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
He'll bring it out. It's Rodgers. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes that Alabama offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Russell on play action. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Finds his man. It's Rodgers. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. High-flying pass catchers and the Crimson Tide. That combination wasn't right at the top of your mind, say, 30 years ago.
No, it used to be run, run, more run. You've seen over the years, they've opened it up, the playbook, and they've brought in dudes. They've had some guys that can fly, and receivers winning Heisman trophies, like so many game breakers on the outside that make big plays in this offense.
Throwing Russell, using his feet to buy time. Unloads it left. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on third down here. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play.
You know, very rarely in matchups do we talk about special teams. It's always offense and defense focused. But how about this punt return? It's